Thank you for clicking on this video, and I got one question for you. Do you like giant snakes? If the answer is yes, this video is probably for you, so keep on watching. Alright everybody, so instead of giving you a video where I just suggest you all the decks that you should play for this metagame, I thought why not turn it into a mini-series the coming week, where every single day I will take a well-scoring deck in the MTG top 8 website and just give it a whirl on arena and best of 1 and maybe best of 3 if people want me to, just to get a rough idea like how the deck functions against the current metagame. The ban list went live today as I'm recording this, and I have to say it's such a relief not seeing every single deck being some variation of Yorion Agent or Renata Agent or something like that. So I think the meta has kind of fixed itself and we are again in a fun format like it was before. Anyways, what are we playing today? For the first video in the series, we are going for a white-green enchantment deck led by Lurrus of the Dream Den. I know Lurrus is not as good anymore as it used to be, however this deck has a lot of stuff going for it. You have a lot of cheap 1-drops, you have a kind of a 1-drop in the form of the Stonecoil Serpent, and then what you want to do is place your Season of Growth down and start buffing all these guys like crazy and drawing more and more spells, some protection in the form of Karametra's Blessing and God's Willing. And as there's a very good combo in this deck in the form of, if you have a Glaring Aegis on your creature, this gives 3 toughness. Together with Sentinel's Eyes, this gives vigilance, then suddenly your solid footing makes the extra toughness really matter, because what this thing does is, as long as the enchanted creature has vigilance, which the Sentinel's Eyes gives it, then it will assign combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. This also works quite well if you, for example, have a Hushbringer on the field, because a Hushbringer plus a Sentinel's Eyes also represents a 4/4 flyer once you put the solid footing on there. If you're up against a mono red deck, which you see quite a lot of in best of 1, they generally will not be able to keep up with all the healing you are doing. Anyways, if you are on a budget and you do not have the wildcards to craft things like Temple Garden and Temple of Plenty, there is a budget alternative for this deck, and that's basically by taking out all the green cards, mainly the Season of Growth. It's practically the only green card in this deck, and in the sideboard that Warbriar's Blessing over there. And you can simply replace them with 3 more Stonecoil Serpents and a Healer's Hawk. And then this deck should be good to go already. Just replace everything else with regular planes, get rid of all the weird lands, and this deck will function well. I think in a more of a mid-range long game setting where you are facing off against decks that do have a lot of removal, a Season of Growth is gonna help you in the sense that it helps you to refill your hand by casting your enchants on your cheap creatures, and I think the build with green splashed into it probably has some more, what do you call it? It has a little bit of a higher win chance than the build without the Season of Growth, but both are really good decks, so just go with what you prefer yourself. That said, I will not be covering the mono white version of this deck on my channel because I feel it's way too similar to what I'm doing today, so I will skip that. What I will be covering on the channel in the coming few days is, first of all, I want to do a cycling deck. I want to cover a competitive Gruul deck, I want to do a bit of maybe Orzhov and Rakdos and kind of go down all the color combinations like that, at least all the competitive color combinations, so everybody has a good overview of what to use. Anyways, that's all from me. If you like my videos and all the stuff I'm putting out is helpful to you, please consider subscribing to my channel, because it does help me to get recognized by the YouTube algorithm. It's quite hard for starting content creators to be able to put themselves out there, because the search function, everything kind of all works against you. So if you would like to help me like that, it would be a huge help if you did hit that subscribe button, because that way I can keep the channel growing steadily. I do plan to keep doing this every single day for many years to come, so please help me out, and I will help you out by putting out nice videos with decks that you can either copy or adapt to your own flavor. Anyways, that's all from me. Enjoy the footage and see you at the end of the video with my afterthoughts. But yeah, anyways, when a new meta format, we now have the Agent Band and Fires of Invention, and I can tell you from somebody that plays this game a lot, because I need to keep making videos for all you people out there, is that Magic is a lot more fun now than it was previously. We have a one lander, we cannot keep that, even though we have all that glitters. Kind of sucks that I need to get rid of this, but oh well, what can you do? Season of Growth done too. Yeah, let's keep this. Maybe, what should I get rid of? Maybe the Aegis can go for the time being, and I think I will prioritize putting that Season of Growth down first. I do want another land, because then the turn after that I can Gingerbrute into something. So let's put down the Season of Growth now, and then next turn we can have some fun with the Gingerbrute. What are we facing? Is this a Gruul deck? Mr. Blues, are you a Gruul? A Gruulian? A Gruul Master? Should I put this down now? Let's do this now, just... Okay, he had... there was no pass there, so he did not have any counter spells. Do I dare placing this down? Let's risk it. Let's place the Gingerbrute down now. I don't think he has any burn spell. Oh, he does. Well, yeah, something that can only target creatures. Okay, I took a chance and it blew up in my face completely. And it even got exiled, so even Mr. Lurrus over here cannot help us now. But that's fine, let's put this down. And does he have a counter spell now? Okay, it's an opt. Opt is okay, opt is not a counter spell. And the Alseid does come down and we get to scry too. Solid footing, not too bad actually, but yeah, let's keep that. I mean, this does represent a double draw, right, so might as well go with it. I will put the Sentinel's Eyes first. I would love to draw into a Karametra's Blessing. Unfortunately, not meant to be. Could he be using some board wipe, I wonder? Let's put down the Healer's Hark and scry for another creature. There, that will do. Let's leave that guy on top right there. And if he wipes the board, then so be it. Let's see, Wilderness Reclamation, that's okay. What else does he have? Ah, that's all. Okay, well, place this thing down now then. That way we have protection from whatever he wants to throw at us. Hushbringer, not the greatest when there are Euros lurking in the opponent's deck. I will keep a scry, that's quite useful, so let's put that onto the Alseid right there. Gingerbrute, well, I'm not gonna play that. I want to keep some protection up. That's quite useful though, because we do have a solid footing left, so let's keep it like this and attack in for 4. There we go. And we pass the opponent to turn now. Task says intervention for X2, well that's fine. As long as we have protection, I think we're good to go. If he wants to bounce something, I may even let him, to be honest. Alright, alright, alright. Another wilderness reclamation. And an opt. Okay, so he may not have the explosion spell yet then. Question is, do I use the solid footing here or not? If he taps out completely, I will definitely use the solid footing. He does tap out completely, well, okay, so if that's the way you want to do things, well, fine with me, enjoy your draws, but I'm gonna go off now with all mine as well. There is the second Season of Growth, another Temple of Plenty, not great at all, especially because this comes into play tapped, and I am not a fan of that. Was kind of hoping for some kind of enchant at this point, to be honest. The opponent has to drop quite a bit into the graveyard. What did he draw? A Chemist's Insight. Ah, we have a God's Willing. Ah, should I use that now? This is a tough one. Maybe I do, maybe I do. Let's put this down and I will God's Willing on one of these guys. Actually, it has no use, right? Let's keep it like this, attack in. Okay, put on the Temple of Plenty, some scrying action. I don't need another one of those. Do I put this down? Maybe I do. Just put the Gingerbrute in there as well. We have enough. Do I want to land? No, no more lands, no more lands. Enough with the lands. Enough with the lands, I said. Okay, that will do. And to turn. If he tries to remove something, I will probably God's Willing it, but let's see what he does. He might bring back the Euro now, which is fine. If he brings back the Euro, I might even keep the God's Willing until next turn to give it protection from blue to the Alseid. He did draw a lot though, and he likely has another expansion explosion. I don't think it has enough mana to kill us this turn. But we do need to be careful. We have some healing available to us, but still. Did he just get rid of the Chemist's Insight? Why did he do that? Why not some... maybe it was a mistake. I don't see why you would get rid of the Chemist's Insight just to bring a Euro onto the field. Okay, we keep on waiting for something to react to. Taps everything. Resolve, yes. Now what? What are you going to do, opponent? Maybe he's bluffing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. We can shoot something for 10 damage, basically. Okay. Engine explosion for 10. Alright then, well, yeah, sure, I guess, and enjoy your draws. I might use this now actually, so let's do this, because that represents 3 draws. blue just in case. He might have an unsummon, so that's why I need to be careful a bit. Does he realize how much trouble he is in now though, because I am going to be able to tap that euro in a second. Alright then, I was discarding, I wondered why it was taking so long, but that explains. So let's put this on here, like so. And I will give this guy protection from blue. And that's the game. Let's move on to the next one. That was a fun game. We got to see the deck in action against a Wilderness Reclamation deck. Let's move on. Okay then, next battle we're up against Mr. Barcode. Where does Barcode play? This is absolutely useless. Lots of creatures but no way to interact. Let's have a look. We have an all that glitters. That's kind of good, right? We do need a normal land. This is a stupid tap land. Let's keep this, and I think I'll get rid of the Healer's Hawk, and I will start by putting this down. And then hopefully next turn I can get a normal land and maybe place this down. Is that a good thing to do? Mono red, maybe not too risky, right? Let's put this down now then. But we can buff this thing to quite some toughness, I meant to say. Some siren in the background outside here, so sorry about that. And my computer just had some pop-ups, so you might have heard a little blink sound. I'm not gonna attack here. On computer, go away with your pop-up. I'm not gonna attack, and I will leave the Stonecoil Serpent up as a blocker for them to deal with. Luckily, this is mono red, they can only deal damage, so yeah, this thing is just gonna keep on growing and I realize it. Anyways, that was game number 3 now, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, we're in the next game and we're up against Gandalf himself. Mr. Gandalf. I do love myself some Lord of the Rings. If you like Lord of the Rings as well, please let me know down below. When I was young, I was a huge fan of the series. Still am to some extent, but I think the Lord of the Rings definitely is one of the reasons why I went into Magic as in the first place when I was a kid. Oh, I got another land. Oh, what should I do? Blue land. Maybe I need to go with this. Yeah, let's take the risk. I will try and put all that glitters down next turn, I guess. Is it too risky though? Too blue. This is rough. This is really rough. I mean, this does only add 2 right now, right? So maybe the better choice here is putting the Temple of Plenty down and trying to find some more lands. Yeah, there's a land, I will keep that. And should I keep this up with this? Yeah, let's attack in and see what he does. Okay then, he definitely screws with me there, and he might try to block. If he does, aha, we have some solid footing, even though this guy doesn't really look like he has any feet. Does this guy, maybe he does, maybe the feet are down there in the weeds somewhere. It is a very weird dude though, sitting naked in the field. Wonder if he's wearing anything under there, or if he's just letting the weed do its thing down there. Kind of looks like he's turning into weed as well. Anyways, back to the game. What is the opponent doing? They did play in the Arena Open event, I see, so it's Arena Open versus Arena Open. Didn't I face a guy called Gandalf in my Arena Open run? I have a very vague memory of facing somebody called Gandalf, not in the day 2 but in the day 1 event. Maybe I'm imagining things. Okay, so what can I do here? I can put this on here if I want to, but he's likely just gonna counter it, so maybe my best bet here is to play the second Alseid now to see if he has counters. There was a pause there, so there's a high chance he does. I'll just attack him, see what he does. He doesn't do anything. Do you want to counter this? It's a very nice snack. He does not want to counter the snake either. And he plays another land. Okay then, oh wow, he has a snake too. Well, do I have a surprise for you? You may have a snake, but I have a mega snake. Let's shock this in, and I will give my thing vigilance. Keep this up, and I will attack it with this one. There we go. Next turn I can try and give this thing protection from blue, and then when it does have protection I can probably attack him. Alright, he does not do anything. Maybe I should even put this down, just try and lure out a counter spell there. Okay, there is a counter spell, and what can I do? He will likely, yeah, let's give this protection from blue then. That was a mistake. Yeah, I lost that thing there. That was a mistake. I was thinking to Karametra's Blessing on this, but I kind of ruined my chance there. Oh well, this does force him to block there, so it's not all bad, I suppose, so... I will keep this one up with another way to give this guy protection if needed. We might be seeing something like a Brineborn Cutthroat coming down. Okay, a Fairy Vandal is also fine. I messed up there. I forgot that all that glitters boost this guy. Anyways, it was a victory anyway, so yeah. Make mistakes, still win the game. That's the motto of Magic nowadays, isn't it? Let's move on to the next one. Okay, we're up against Essence. Anyways, I will be posting a couple of meta decks, like for the next few days. I think I will do one meta deck a day, probably. So for everybody out there, I am testing all these decks intensively, and if I see a good one like this one, I will let everybody know, because I feel it's so easy to waste your, what do you call it? It's so easy to waste your, I lost my words, to your wildcards, that's what I wanted to say. Let's put this on here and let them see that. A life linker with 4 toughness. How are you gonna deal with that, sir? Do you like that? If you attack in, I do know you have something with 3 damage in hand, and I'm not gonna block. So what will you do against this? A Fervent Champion, that's risky, that's quite cool. But I have a surprise for you, sir. I do have a surprise for you, sir. First of all, let's start scrying a bit. Let's see what we can find at a Season of Growth. Not too shabby actually, but meh, we only have one way to trigger it and I kind of want to use it now. Let's keep it. I will just play the Hushbringer now then. I'm not gonna attack yet. I will attack next turn, I suppose, after I got all that glitters down on the Alseid already. He might shock the Hushbringer, but I think this thing is a bigger problem to him right now. And Annex, that's cute. So let's put this down with this. The Hushbringer does stop this from triggering, doesn't it? So maybe it's a better choice to put it on here. I do lose a little bit of the life gain by doing this, but I think attacking in for 5 and gaining 5 life is quite good. We might be seeing an Embercleave here, but there's no way he can kill me, even if he goes all in on the Embercleave move. Having the Sentinel's Eyes on here next turn is also really good. Okay, that's quite spicy, but I'm not gonna block that. Enjoy your 7 damage, sir. That's pretty much all that you're gonna do today. Let's put that on here. Perfect, let's put that on here as well. Tap that one, and what do I attack with this for sure, but maybe just put this down and one of these steps. This is a bit of a non-bow. When you have the Season of Growth, this stops the scrying effect, but oh well. Let's just attack in and heal for 9 and see if he is ready to give up just yet, or if he is a mono red hero that just won't give in. Alright, looks like we have ourselves a hero here, so let's block the Annex, and then in the worst case we can... yeah, let's do this, and this, I suppose. No, let's do like this. This and this. Okay, if he wants the Embercleave, I will give my Hushbringer protection. And he does want the Embercleave, so let him select the target first. Okay then, sir, well, that's not gonna do anything. Just my Hushbringer has protection from, not white, from red. I almost selected white there. That would have been quite a disaster. And unknowingly to him, I suppose, he is not even getting the tokens. He's getting nothing. Okay, that's quite spicy. Oh wow, that's very spicy. Do I actually die here? What? Oh no, I forgot about that. Well, I died there. Yeah, the stump from the Bone Crusher Giant, it stops the protection. It gets rid of the protection of red right there. So yeah, that's what happened there. Okay, well, in the next game we're up against Mortal 187. That looks good. Very good hand. We will probably place the Lurrus Hog down first, I guess. Shame that one of the lands is a tap land, but oh well, better. Maybe we draw into a white land and we can start having fun with this Lurrus Hog. Okay, we're up against mono red again. Wow, we did not draw into it. Alright then, let's put this down, heal a bit, and I suppose I should give this guy vigilance. Heal some more. This might get killed by a stump, but oh well, if that happens, nothing to do about it. Most mono red lists don't run 1 damage stuff nowadays, so most likely he is just... Okay, so we have an Infuriate mono red build. You don't see this often, that's quite rare actually. Let's put this down and hope it doesn't get stumped. And then next turn, if I can draw into a land and put the solid footing and the other thing down. Okay, I'm not gonna fall for that trick again. I do need to be much more careful now. He has another Infuriate for next turn, so I do need to be careful of that. And I did not draw into a... land. That's a bit annoying, but I can I play this? No, I'm even missing something in the graveyard. I could sacrifice the Stonecoil Serpent to get this on here anyways. Maybe I should do that. So let's sacrifice that one. Then I can Sentinel's Eyes with these two. It's not an oops, no, I did that on purpose, sir. I know what I'm doing. And I guess I will put that on here as well to increase the life gain a bit more. Now we have a 4/4 lifelink flying. I will not block the Scorch Spitter just yet though, because I do know what he's up to with all his buff spells now. But next time we should have him, unless he is the one mono red deck that runs a main deck Lava Coil or something like that. We should be good to go. I will be attacking with both of these, but that's fine. No blocks. Go ahead and buff something if you want, sir. Does, and then now we're probably going to see a Scoopy Boy. There you go. Here you got your good game back from earlier. Oops, yeah, oops, indeed. Let's see who will win. I'm not even gonna block anything now, sir. Anyways, that's a good thing about Stonecoil as well. Like, I haven't seen many players play this for 2 just to get a escape effect off, but you should really keep that in mind if you're playing this kind of deck. And there he goes. Well, goodbye, sir. I think I will do one more game and then we should have enough footage to cover this particular deck in a best of 1 setting. Works great in best of 3 too, by the way. Okay, so the next opponent is Lurrus, whatever. I cannot pronounce most of these names. What is it with all the weird names in Magic? Okay, then I don't know what he's running. I might be setting myself up for a giant trap running a Hushbringer here. Don't bring a Hushbringer to a Euro party, so, but I will take the risk. If I see a breeding pool, I'm probably gonna be very sad, but I will take the risk anyways. Come on, do something. Okay, so it's not a Euro list. Alright then. Put this down now then. At least a Croxa. Well, there's a chance that he has a Croxa, right? Which can kind of be backbreaking here as well, but let's see. If he has a Croxa, he deserves this win. If he does not have a Croxa, however... Yeah, I don't trust that one bit. I'm not gonna block that. Enjoy, light up the stage if you are bluffing, sir, but I'm not gonna block that. Does he have a priest? Oh my, I done goofed there. Yeah, that's a whole land of fun, a whole hand of fun stuff. Oh, here's another one I should have blocked. Well, there goes the Glaring Aegis, I guess. I don't think the Sentinel's Eyes is the right target for you, sir. So yeah, we need a land now. So if we got... Oh, we took the Sentinel's Eyes. My, you It's quite a risk you took there, sir, but let's see. I really need a land. If I can land a land with a second growth and then put the Aegis on here, then we are in a very good shape, I think. Alright, so this is just a Knights deck. I don't think the Knights build even runs Croxa, does it? I mean, I don't really have time to look it up right now, but I don't think they do. Okay, so let's do this first then. Oh man, I was about to say, like, where are those stupid lands? I mean, we are kind of at risk of getting janked out by a removal spell, but drops a Dreadhorde Butcher. That's quite interesting. Okay, it's just because he could be holding up a shock. I'm not gonna block that Regisaur, but I will block the Fervent Champion gladly, and that does not work out because this blocks enter the battlefield triggers. I don't think he knew about that, but let's put that on there, like so. I think a little Healer Hawk as a blocker is quite nice, so attacking for 9. I think we got this game, so there we go. I think this is a good point to stop for today. And let's have a quick look at the deck list before I go. Alright, so what we played today is Enchantment Lurrus. Lurrus himself, not so useful anymore, but the enchantment version of this deck doesn't really care about high drops anyway, so kind of works out for him, I guess, so that works. I found this deck on MTG top 8, if I remember correctly, and it already had a sideboard linked into it. I completely forgot who created this deck, so if you are the person that created this particular build of the deck, please leave a comment down below so that you can get the full, what do you call it, that you get full acknowledgement for making this particular build. Compared to them, if you are on a budget, just run a mono white version of this instead. If you run the mono white version, you can just drop the Seasons of Growth and you can max out on stuff like the Stonecoil Serpent and Healer's Hogs and stuff like that. Works really well as well, but I like the flexibility that Season of Growth offers, and it seems that a lot of the competitive people out there agree as well. As for the sideboard, it's fully optimized for best of 3. I had a look at it, how the person made it, and this looks good. I think you can keep it like this and you can have a lot of fun with this deck. And there tends to always be a turn where you can just spend 3 and put the Lurrus back into your hand so that you can recycle all your cheap spells after that, as you have seen me do during the footage, as far as I know. I'm not sure actually, I did bring it to the hand a few times, but I'm not sure if I was recording at that time. So that concludes the first meta deck that will be performing really well going forward, and I hope you liked it, and If you have a certain deck in mind that has been doing well in the tournament scene or something like that and you want to see it in action, please let me know down below. I will craft it for you and just give it a spin for you so that you can see how this deck functions. Anyways, that's all from me. If you have not subscribed already, please consider doing so. I'm starting to get more and more the hang of how to create this content, and while saying that I realized that yesterday's video I forgot to put the cross dissolve between all the scenes. That's why there's such a harsh cut between each scene, but well, you get the point. I'm learning and I start to do better and better every single day, so if you would like to support me, hitting that subscribe button is a huge help. Really a huge help to help the YouTube algorithm recognize me and to get into people's suggested whatever you want to call it so they can find my channel. So that's all from me. Thank you for watching and stay safe out there. Take care.